You better ask somebody.
Everyone
about
just loves New Mexico to upset number 6.
Have the potential to go at least one more round. Deron Holmes, Shahade Wells, and Enrique Freeman, 3 players you have to know about.
Hey, morning, guys. Can you hear me okay? Went with a different computer today. The old computer laid to rest, as you can imagine, with the technology issues. Give me a little note here in the chat if you guys can hear me good and we're ready to rock and roll. We can get into the games. Thank you for joining us here, College Basketball Saturday morning, ready for another incredible slate. College basketball take center stage now. NFL is over. We are moving on to March Madness, and the content that we have here at FTN Fantasy is rolling. Good. Bobby, thank you, man. We're ready to rock and roll. Join us here at FTN Fantasy. As I mentioned on the Thursday show, we are going to be moving over to Discord. So I'm only going to give you a little rundown today. We'll talk about the games. The picks are officially in Discord. They were in there last night. So we're going to be sliding over to talk through the rest of the games in Discord. If you have any questions, as always, you have to understand we're getting close to March Madness. This is our time. This is our time that we want to shine. This is our time that we want to really come together as a college basketball community and get through these games and get ready for March. I have my March Madness bracket tips coming out. We have our picks, Frank Brank's models. We have Ryan Coleman in there. We have Walt Waddell. We have Gus Kearns. We have the whole crew that is giving you insight here for college basketball. I truly believe it is the best March Madness crew around. You know the deal. Ready to rock and roll. Here we go. Let's get to the people, of course, which is why we're here. Dan, Good Friday. Yes, Good Friday. We had a solid Friday in Discord. The San Jose State game hurt us a little bit late at night. But besides that, we're rolling. Almost had a perfect day. A couple things didn't go away. Very excited. Are we fading Mike White's? Good question, Preston. We will get to that as well. Kyle Reed, other great. Yeah, it's a cold day, Kyle, but it's time for us. College basketball is on the Sirius show. By the way, Sirius show, the FTN Fantasy Sirius show is moving to 8 to 10 next week, which is interesting, guys, because I don't know how that's going to affect my Mad Dog Radio streak. I've gone 6 for 6 on Mad Dog Radio, but I usually show up on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. So join me there. We're going to be doing college basketball talk, NBA talk, fantasy baseball. Vlad Sedler's going to come over. Our baseball packages are ready to roll. They're doing great as well. So join me there as well. Jameson, good to see you, buddy. You got a big game today, Jameson. You do, on the road here, West Virginia. Appreciate it. Like Illinois today. Yeah, Tommy. We'll get to that, my friend. We will get to that as well. Yeah. I don't like Villanova. Okay, we'll get to that as well. Oh, you're British Columbia, Jefferson. Very good. Very good to see you. Appreciate it. Fear the Turtle. Dream, I get it, man. Boy, they are vexing. I mean, they beat me with Nebraska 2 nights ago. I still think they're king of the little people. I guess Nebraska's the little people. I don't know, but they look good, Dream. I liked them early on. Now I am not so sure. Yes, appreciate it. Hi, rolling in the house. Here we go. All right, let's go through the games. Now, remember, I talk about these games. These games are not all picks. Remember that. My goal is to review the games for you. If it's an official pick, I will let you know. This one is an official pick. The love of Texas A&M has gone a little far. They are great. Buzz Williams does an outstanding job, but they are certainly capable with their offensive struggles of having a clunker. Now, they've had 4 straight games, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Missouri, Georgia. Now here comes Cal with Arkansas. Now, Cal is very difficult. He's an interesting guy. They get up and down. They make, sometimes they look good, sometimes they look terrible. I don't know with them, but I do know they have a ton of talent. And I do know that if you look Texas A&M's offense, they struggle. 31% from three-point range, 68% from the free throw line. Cal getting a lot of points on the road, very, very questionable. I will take it here. Arkansas played well at Alabama. Played well against Alabama, rather, at home. They won away at Kentucky. They won away at Texas. This is simply too many points. And if you guys know, you have seen this already. College basketball right now, we have had a great year because of the underdogs. So we have stayed with the underdogs. Whenever there are big spreads, like last night, Yale against Penn, big spread, bad move, should have done it. This is the time. Arkansas, 8.5 at Texas A&M. I think it's too many points. I think Arkansas can actually show up here with their physicality. And all we need is a day where Wade Taylor's having an off day. They should be okay. This one is also a pick. I'm going with St. Bonaventure plus 2.5 against UMass. UMass has been very up and down. That was a horrific performance against Davidson. And I'm well aware that Frank Martin may get them going again and may get them riled up. But St. Bonaventure, as much as they have struggled at times on offense, they are very physical and they can win this game. They're going to match the physicality. They're not going to be pushed around. And what you need with UMass is UMass needs to be able to win on the boards and win the physicality. St. Bonaventure has lost 3 straight games away at Rhode Island, George Washington, Loyola Chicago. They are 5-8. They really have struggled, but they are the type of team that will go nose to nose with UMass. I don't trust UMass anymore. I don't. It's all Rashul Diggins. Everyone else is very much 8 points a game. It's just they don't have the scoring here. I can't go with them. They're very up. They're very down. They went on the road at LaSalle for us. I'm fading them here. I'm going to take the points with the Bonnies. I do think Clemson is good. This is also a pick. I do think Clemson is good. I get nervous taking the favorites, but I think Clemson is the better team here, and I think they're going to get this win. I will take Clemson on the road at Florida State. They are coming off the big win over North Carolina, the big win over Duke. You want to say it's a letdown spot? I don't buy it because I don't think Florida State's good enough. This is a team with Victor Lockett inside. Ian Schifflin always shows up, physical, rebounds, gets the rebounds, the assists. Chase Hunter is a big-time player for them, has really stepped forward. Florida State has won 2 games, but it's been against Notre Dame and Wake Forest, and those games are very close. I think Clemson is by far the superior team. I will take them here. I am taking this game as well because it makes absolutely no sense. George Mason is the absolute class of the A-10. What a job Tony Skinn has done. George Mason is leading the A-10. They are 11-1. They have the nation's 4th active winning streak, 10 straight games. They are home today against St. Joseph's. Why is that 3.5 points? This reminds me of the Sam Houston State game a couple of days ago where we took Sam Houston State, which made Sam Houston State was like 1-11 in the conference. And who are they playing? Let me look that up. It's the same exact situation when I saw it. Sam Houston State, yes, was playing Jacksonville State. They are 1-10 in Conference USA. Jacksonville State is leading Conference USA. They were 9-2. Sam Houston State was favored and won. This is the exact same situation. I am taking St. Joe's here against George Mason simply because, and I like St. Joe's. You know that I saw them earlier this year. They're dynamic. They can get up and down the floor. They're athletic. This makes no sense when I saw this line. Why would George Mason? Now they have VCU coming up, so you want to say it's a look-ahead game, it's fine. But St. Joe's has the talent to match up here. And St. Joe's has won 2 straight games against St. Louis at home and LaSalle. They've been a little about 500 up and down, but they do play good defense. I like this St. Joe's team. They're a team I'm keeping my eye on. If they were to make a run in the A-10 tournament, somehow win it and get to the March, I do like them. I'm going there. Another pick here, Wisconsin against Purdue. I have been fading Purdue all year, and that has been a struggle, but I'm taking another underdog here with Wisconsin. Wisconsin has not played them yet this year. This is the first time. It's going to be a slow down game. Now, Purdue's coming off the loss to Michigan, so you think it's going to be a bounce back. I think it's a sandwich spot because they're between Michigan and Michigan State, this matchup. I do like Wisconsin. They've won 3 straight games. The only games that they struggled, UCLA, Maryland, Illinois, Marquette. Those are big-time opponents. They're the best free throw shooting team in the country, Wisconsin. They are solid on defense. They're great on the boards, and they don't turn it over. Gladly take the 5.5 here. This reeks to me of an underdog. I am going there. Army's good. Army's good. Shout out to my buddy Rich DeMarco, who is the voice of Army basketball. He said for years, Rich has always said this, that Army has a shot to win the Patriot when Colgate is down and when their talent is a little bit above everyone else. And that is the situation you have right now. Look at the Patriot League. American is 10-3. Army is 9-4. Army is dying to win the Patriot League. Besides all the wonderful, great things about Army and everything they do for our country, they are dying to make a run, and they're doing it here. They beat Holy Cross. They beat Bucknell in 2 overtimes. They beat Loyola Maryland. And now they're playing Navy. Now, you're going to tell me it's a rivalry game. I'm going to tell you they lost at home to Navy 66-53 on Sunday, January 26th. I don't think Army is sweeping them. I don't think Navy is sweeping them. I think Army shows up here. They are very good at defending the 3. They struggle inside the arc, but they're good on offense in terms of their 2-point offense. Navy does not impress me. They've lost 3 of the last 4, and they've already beaten Army this year. I get it. I believe in Army. I think Army actually has a shot to win the Patriot League, and I think they take advantage of it today. I don't think Army is getting swept by Navy, and I think Army has a situation that they've waited for. Colgate is down, and their talent is near the top. So shout out to the best play-by-play guy in the world, Rich DeMarco, Army basketball, Army plus 2.5. This next one is not a play. I just want to talk about it. Coastal's good at home. JMU, you know my fade. I am not picking this game. This is not a pick that's been in there in the Discord. It's a lot of points, and I think a lot of points is fair. There is no look ahead here. It's Coastal Carolina. They beat Coastal Carolina at home 73-64. Coastal has really struggled. The game is at Coastal. This is not for the faint of heart. If you have a thought, go for it. Coastal has lost 1, 2, 3. They've lost 10 straight games. But I do think that sometimes late in the year, we get too many points. So I'm taking Coastal. I'm not picking this game, but if you had a feeling on this, my lean would be Coastal Carolina, but this is not an official play. Comments are flying. Let's get to the comments here. Let's see. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Kyle. That's kind of been me with Vermont. I understand the situation. And Vermont is getting hot now, which is driving me crazy, but I understand that. You got it, Ray. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nick, it makes no sense. It is one of those. The only reason I went with Sam Houston, this just made no sense. Why is a 1-10 team last favorite? It means, and it doesn't mean that they're begging you. That's a fallacy. But it means that the matchups are better than we think. So when I look at it, I think St. Joe's can match up here with George Mason. George Mason's been wonderful. I just don't think they win every single game that they play. I think at some point they're due for a clunker. Here are a couple others for you. We've been supported. We've been with King Rice the whole year, and I don't see the reason to change now. Towson keeps sliding by because they can't make free throws. Towson wins their games, but they win close. They didn't cover against Delaware. They did beat Monmouth away 73-67, so they played 2 games ago. I like King Rice in this spot. They have Elon coming up away. That's a big game for Towson. Towson is 12-1, and they have a 1-game lead over UNC Wilmington. But they have a game at Elon, which they will be an underdog to per Ken Palm. So this is a tricky spot here with Monmouth. I like Monmouth with the 8.5. It's a lot of points. Yes, it's on the road, but I like King Rice here as a game strategist, and this Towson team just struggles to cover. Let's see. Yeah, Seton Hall stinks. It's a lot of points. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Seton Hall's terrible. They're just terrible this year. They've struggled the whole year. UConn is hot right now. They're coming off the big win over Creighton. I don't think it's a letdown spot. I don't think Danny Hurley falls into those situations because his team has struggled all year. This is a team that has lost so many games. Villanova, Creighton, Xavier, St. John's. They can't afford letdown spots here. They have Seton Hall today. They have Villanova on Tuesday. I think they just pound Seton Hall. I think they destroy them. They have not played Seton Hall yet this year, so Seton Hall hasn't even seen them. Seton Hall has just been brutal. They are 1-12. They have lost 13 of their last 14 games, and they're really not competitive. They lose away by 14 at Georgetown. They lose at home to Butler by 30. You lose at home to Butler by 30, you can't lose to UConn by more. I think UConn rolls them. I think Seton Hall's just down. It's that simple. Let's see. Yeah, again, big numbers, so be careful here. But Iowa State, to me, is a Final Four team. I've been telling you Iowa State is going to the Final Four. When all our March Madness stuff comes out and our bracket breakdowns and all the stuff that we'll have here at FTM, which, again, you have to be a member, ftmfantasy.com to get, Iowa State's going to go to the Final Four. I'm going to have them there. They are so good, and they lost Milan Momcilovic for those games. But they lost the Arizona game away because of Caleb Love's shot. So really this team should be 20-4. And those losses are Auburn on a neutral by 2. I don't think there's any shame there. The West Virginia away game, which is fine. West Virginia got hot, played really well, and no Momcilovic in that game. Then the Arizona game even out without Momcilovic, where he hit the 3 to go to overtime and lost. Kansas State absolutely blitz at home, who's just a buzzsaw. And then Kansas away without Momcilovic. But since he's come back, what have they done? TCU by 30, UCF away by 12. I think they pound Cincinnati today. Cincinnati has not played them all year. They haven't seen this type of defense. I don't like Cincinnati. I'm on Iowa State here for sure. I'm giving up on Louisiana Tech. I always look for those teams where they're playing above their head. You want them to regress, like a Michigan State, by the way, or they're struggling and you think they're going to regress positively. And I'm done with Louisiana Tech. They were favored to win the conference beginning of the year, and they just have not shown up all year. They've struggled. Something is wrong with Louisiana Tech, and I kept going back to them. And the reason is I just thought at some point they were going to get it right in Conference USA, and they have not. They're playing Jacksonville State. They lost to Jacksonville State away. You want to say this is a payback spot? I really don't care. They look terrible against Liberty away. They lost to Kennesaw State at home by 22 points. Even the FIU game away, they didn't play that well. Louisiana Tech just doesn't have it this year. And Jacksonville State, on the other hand, is coming off a loss to Sam Houston State. They were 9-2, Jacksonville State. They were leading Conference USA. Do I think they're going on a 2-game losing streak? No, I don't. So you're going to give me the 3.5. I think that's a gift as well. Let's see. Other comments here. Going to cut this off soon, guys, because I got to get over the Discord. Any comments on UC San Diego? Good question. Tamari, let me take a look at it. UC San Diego. They've been playing very well. They're playing UC Davis, who they've yet to play this year. They are home. 5 is a lot, and UC Davis is scalding hot. My lean is UC Davis. Jim Les does a wonderful job in the Big West. They are great on the interior defense. They're great at forcing turnovers. It's a lot of points. My initial reaction, taking a look at it, is UC Davis with those points. That would be my answer. Brett, we're going with Samford again. Let's see, Brett. Hold on. Let me check out Samford. My notes on Samford. Yeah, I don't like Wofford. They did beat Wofford at home. Now they're going away. They lost the 2 straight games here, Bucky McMillan's squad. Wofford has played well. Mercer and the Citadel. It's a 1-point coin flip game. I'm fine if you go Samford there. That's not an official pick, but I'm fine. If you want to go Samford, I have no problem with it. I don't like Wofford at all. Let's see. Yeah, you got to join Discord. Hi, Roland. Just a monthly, really full access. Go to FTN Fantasy. You join it there. I will give you a preview now, guys, of the games I'm going to be talking about in the Discord. Here we go, just so you have an idea. You know I have an opinion on Houston, Arizona. And what's funny, if you've been a loyal fan of the show, you're going to know what these picks are already, which is funny. I'm going to talk about Vermont, Maine. And I don't even know. I'm not even going to say anything about that. Campbell, Delaware, talking about Auburn, Alabama for sure. Mississippi State is a huge one as well. Kentucky, Texas, a lot of things going on over there. The Kansas State BYU game is also tricky. One more I'll give before I go. I do like BC at my alma mater. I've been tough on them, but NC State is not very good, and BC plays at that really slow pace and keeps games close. BC lost the triple overtime game to Syracuse. They lost the double overtime game to Notre Dame. They've really struggled here. But the NC State is just not good. And I think BC has the ability to keep this game close. NC State is 2-11. So this is a battle of 2 terrible teams. And when 2 terrible teams play, I'm always going to take the points. I think Boston College can keep this game close. I really do. And this one, by the way, I mean, can you thank me for Loyola Marymount? If you have been on this show, I mean, how much have you enjoyed the fade of Stan Johnson? I mean, I just don't think he has it there. They lost to Gonzaga, didn't cover. They lost home to San Francisco. That was a nice one. They did win away at Pepperdine, but only by 9. They got blitzed at home by Pacific by 25. Now they're playing Portland. They beat Portland at home 88-63. I like Portland here to bounce back against our good friend Stan Johnson, who has really helped us the entire year. Any other questions before I get over to Discord, please let me know. Let's see. Yeah, jump on in, Kyle. We're going to go into Discord here. I'm going to see if I can go live here with the video over in the Discord. Last one for you, Dan. I'll give you this one. Akron. Let's see. You got Akron against Central Michigan. They played early this year. It was 87-71. They rolled them at home. They're on a win streak. There's no look ahead, though. They're coming off the big one over Michigan. Central Michigan, I would go Akron there. It's close. It's only 5. I see what you get it at, Dan, but I think Akron continues. The tough part of Akron's schedule is coming up. That's Kent State, Toledo. There's no tough part here. I would lean Akron there, Dan. That would be my pick. You got it. That's it. Go, guys. We're going over again. 20 minutes in and out. We're going to do 20 minutes, but we're going to go to Discord. Just trying to build the community. Get you over to FTN Fantasy. Remember, we have subs who are paying, so I got to stay loyal to them. Not that you guys aren't great. You are wonderful. We're going over Discord. Hop on in there. College basketball channel. We will see you soon, as always, and we will go from there. Thank you guys for everything. FTN Fantasy. We find you.
Here are 3 players to watch in the NCAA tournament that if you don't know, you better ask somebody
Everyone
about.
just loves New Mexico.